Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Boyette, Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Transportation. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today, we're honoring the recipients of our 2020 Mobi Awards. The Mobi Awards are our way of recognizing communities for their hard work to complete multimodal transportation projects that had wonderful, positive impacts on their towns, cities, and counties. These projects, such as new public transit stations, bicycle and pedestrian paths, and other transportation innovations that breathe new life into North Carolina communities. If this were a normal occasion, I would have been speaking to you all in person from a hotel ballroom in Raleigh. But as you know, the need to protect public health from our COVID-19 situation has changed everything about how we do business these days. So instead of seeing you all in person, we're bringing you this year's Mobi Awards presentation to you by video we've recorded and produced from our offices or homes, wherever we live. While the pandemic has changed our way of life, it has also shined a light on how important multimodal investments are. Our transit systems are moving essential workers to their jobs. Our citizens are using the greenways and sidewalks more than ever. I cannot think of a better time to recognize multimodal projects and the important role they play in moving people, connecting people, and offering respite during difficult times. You can travel to pretty much every North Carolina community, big and small, rural and urban, and you'll see people using bike lanes to travel through town. You'll see many people out on our greenways, walking, riding a skateboard, running, or pedaling their Schwinn's. Nice to see people out and are enjoying our outdoors. Having many good modes of transportation working together is vital to the economic well-being of a community and the overall well-being of its citizens. That is a true now statement, and it will continue to be true when we get through this pandemic. Multimodal transportation plays a vital role in all North Carolina communities. It helps drive economic development. It connects people to jobs, medical care, education, and recreational opportunities and shopping. To meet the needs of North Carolina's ever-changing population, we must have a diverse menu of transportation options to choose from. So whether it's building new bicycle and pedestrian paths, making it more convenient for people to use public transportation, creating better airports, adding more options for people to use ferries, multimodal projects are an important piece of North Carolina's transportation present and in its future. And it's why we're here today, to celebrate your commitment to multimodal options and an important role they play in our way of life. We must strive to transform our transportation network to meet an ever-growing and increasing diverse population. North Carolina communities are taking advantage of these benefits in a multimodal investment and what that will bring to their communities. You have all invested your time, your money, countless hours of hard work to develop our multimodal options for your communities and what they wanted, needed, and are using. I'm proud to honor you today for your commitment to our diverse transportation network. I'd also like to say to all of our members of the Mobi Awards team who helped make this video happen, thank you for all your hard work, especially during our difficult times that we're experiencing. Now I'd like to introduce Julie White, our Deputy Secretary for Multimodal Transportation. Julie and her team came up with this idea, and for our first award, Mobi Awards last year. They worked very hard to make our Mobi Awards happen again this year, despite the pandemic and everything that came with it. Julie's excited to announce the winners of today's Mobi Awards. And with that, Julie, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Secretary Boyette, for that great introduction. I'm coming to you from my bike because during the pandemic, we decided we should lean in the Mobi Awards to multimodal transportation. I can't imagine a time that has better highlighted the importance of multimodal transportation in our transportation system. Bikes have seen record sales. Our greenways and our sidewalks are full of users. Our essential workforce and its need for transit has never been more highlighted. In fact, I want to take a moment to thank our bus drivers who go to work every day to run their transit system at great personal risk to themselves and their families. I want to send a shout out to our teams running our trains, the aviation folks, and our ferry frontline workers. Thank you for all you're doing to make sure that everyone can get where they need to go. Welcome to my favorite work from HomeSpot, my back porch. This is where we will be revealing our winners from today. Some exciting news to share. Our Mobi Awards won a National Association of Development Organizations Impact Award. Having our efforts recognized by this important organization was a big honor and gave us the opportunity to share the idea of the Mobis with transportation organizations across the country. This year, in addition to our traditional categories of rural, urban, suburban, tourism, and innovation, we added a new category, Most Voted For Project. I am thrilled to announce that this category was so popular that our honorable mention and our winner each had more than 10,000 online votes. That was awesome. This year we had 68 projects nominated by communities across North Carolina covering all the modes: aviation, bicycling, pedestrian, ferries, rail, and highways. And we were honored to have assembled a diverse and distinguished group of judges from across the state, including Whit Tuttle, Executive Director of Visit NC, Christopher Chung, Chief Executive Officer of the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina, Patrick Woody, President of the North Carolina Rural Center, Anita Brown Graham, Professor of Public Law and Government at the UNC School of Government, and Mo Green, Executive Director of the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation. Our judges reviewed all the projects based on the degree to which the project spurred public or private investment, boosted economic development, created long-term job growth, improved health, and enhanced the community or had other significant positive impacts. The judges' selections were kept secret until this very moment. North Carolina State University's Institute for Transportation Research and Education is our version of Ernst & Young at the Emmys. They compiled the judges' scores and they've kept them under lock and key until now. But the question is, how from my home during a time of social distancing do I get the results and the briefcase with the official winners from ITRI's director, Billy Williams? Well, the great news is our partners at ITRI are innovative engineers, so I left it in their capable hands to figure out. And I just got this package that Billy sent me, so let's call him and find out what we're supposed to do.
Hi, Julie. Did you get the package? Awesome. It's great, isn't it?
But Billy, it's just a box.
I know it doesn't look like much, but everything that you can see is made out of 100% reclaimed material.
No way!
It looks basically like an empty shipping box with black spray paint and some homemade decals. See, that's the beauty of it. It's what you can't see. It's powered by a nano machine.
Wow!
An anonymous group of ITRI researchers, as a Zoom collaboration, they invented and prototyped this thing. Yeah, they call themselves the Einstein-Rosen Bridge Builders. Yeah, I have no idea how they do it. They're really keeping me in the dark so that I can have deniability. They tell me, sort of jokingly, that they invented PEM particles. I really think, though, that it probably had to do with some unauthorized use of NC State's nanofabrication lab.
No way!
Yeah, I thought they were pulling my leg too, but then they shipped me this chamber and beamed me 4 items. A stuffed animal, a pickleball ball, a solo cup, and a deck of cards. And they all made it unscathed, so I absolutely know it works. So you want to give it a try?
Let's roll!
Yeah, let's not throw away our shot. Okay, you downloaded the smartphone app that controls the high beam, right?
Got it.
Okay, I have it too. Let's turn these puppies on.
Okay.
Great, you got yours on?
I'm ready when you are, Billy.
Okay, give me just a sec. I'll put the briefcase in the chamber. Okay, we're all set. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, on my count. 5, 4, 3, 2, click. Boom. Did it work?
Here we go. Oh, wow. It's here.
You got it? Yes. Showtime.
Before we get into the projects and the winners, I would like to thank our organizing committee partners. Our committee has been tirelessly working since 2019 to bring these awards and this event to you. Our first partner is WTS, Women in Transportation Seminar of North Carolina. I'd like to thank Jenny Fleming, Patty Jordan, Ann Gamber, Eva Ladocha, Mary Rawls Whitby, Taruna Tayal, Pam Townsend, Elizabeth Phelps, Sindhora Kadia, Leslie Tracy, Jessica Luther, Tara Hofferth, Karen Reynolds, and Nishet Hill. Thanks, women. We appreciate your help. I'd like to thank our second partner, NCGO, and their executive director, Charles Hodges. We appreciate you, Charles. From ITRI, the Institute Transportation Research and Education from North Carolina State University, Billy Williams and his team, Kai Monistat and Jonah Friedman. Couldn't do it without y'all. Stephanie Sudano with the NCDOT. Thank you so much. And our Mobi Awards project manager for 2020, our fearless leader that led us through this process, Anamika Ladd. Each year, I look for someone special in the department to serve as our project manager for the Mobis. Anamika is a planner in our rail division and has a stellar reputation for leading complex projects. She has done an amazing job leading this project, especially as we had to make changes from an in-person event to an online format. I appreciate all of your hard work, Anamika, and your leadership through these necessary changes. We look forward to celebrating with all of our partners when we can get together again. Thank you to HDR, McAdams, and WSP, who are our platinum sponsors. And we thank Alta and Simpson as our silver sponsors. All 5 companies are such strong supporters of multimodal transportation, and their work in the modes is top notch. We appreciate all of you and your ongoing support for the Mobis. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the winners. I will first reveal the honorable mentions and then reveal the first place winner. I will also note that we did not have any entrants this year in the suburban category. So we will really encourage our suburban counties to submit projects in our next round of awards. Leading off today's presentation is the rural category. We have 2 honorable mentions in this category and 1 well-deserving winner. The first honorable mention goes to the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, Incorporated, for its Reach Transit project. Reach Transit is a fixed public transportation route in Shelby. It makes 9 stops in West Shelby and has become a transportation lifeline for the community. Before the public transit system was introduced, some residents were unable to get to medical appointments, grocery stores, or pharmacies. Reach Transit fulfills these transportation needs for many of the community's residents. The second honorable mention goes to the town of Surf City for the Surf City Topsail Island Bridge Connector. The Surf City Topsail Island Bridge Connector replaced the aging 1950s era steel truss drawbridge that served as a critical link between Surf City and Topsail Island. The replacement bridge eliminates the chronic traffic delays from the drawbridge and includes roundabouts for better vehicle flow and a multi-use path that connects the mainland to the beach, sidewalks, and a park. This project has provided great economic and quality of life benefits for residents, tourists, and others. And now our winner.
The extension of the Granite City Greenway
Phase 3 was approximately 2.2 miles in length. It connected phase 1 and 2, so now we have 6.6 miles of total greenway here in Mount Airy.
You're obviously along a river, and so always got water on top of you and everything, but we were lucky enough to have a great contractor to come alongside us to be able to take care of those obstacles. Had a great design, the design team to make it happen for us, and it was just a great project overall.
On a given day, you'll see a walker, jogger, a mother with a stroller, a rollerblade. You'll see pretty much anyone along the greenway throughout a nice, warm, sunny day.
I can leave my office chair, jump on my bike, get hours in during lunch, have about a 14-mile bike ride, and then go right back to the office and continue my day's work. It really is great to be able to have an asset like this in a town this size of Mount Airy.
We are fortunate that we have 3 schools connected along the Granite City Greenway. One of the neat things is it provides direct access for the students to be able to participate in physical activities. They can go right outside their back door, get on the greenway.
It's something that I think all of Mount Airy is proud of. The whole aesthetics point of it, that bridge out there on 52, I'm sure it's going to be on postcards and everything from here on out, because it's what everybody sees when they come into Mount Airy.
We want to say thanks to the Department of Transportation for their help with Phase 3 along with this project, and for being a rural community of approximately 10,000 residents. We're just excited that we can offer this for our community.
It takes a community and to really do something like this and have the cooperation and everybody coming together. It's something that all of Mount Airy and Surrey County and surrounding areas can be really proud of.
Congratulations to the Northwest Piedmont Rural Planning Organization. Next is our urban category. We had a number of really good entries in this category, which included projects in our larger cities and towns. For the urban category, an honorable mention goes to the city of Charlotte for the University Point Boulevard I-85 South Bridge. The I-85 South Bridge is the first of 2 bridges the city of Charlotte built across Interstate 85 in the University City area. The project has reduced traffic congestion and connected residential areas, schools, and businesses west of I-85 to retail and rail to the east. The bridge also provides the first low-speed multimodal street crossing over I-85 in University City. Congrats to Charlotte for this fine project. Also receiving honorable mention in the urban category is the city of Raleigh for the Go Raleigh Transit Service expansion. The Go Raleigh project helped make an impressive transportation improvement possible for the Triangle region, including the transit operations facility, renovations to the Go Raleigh station, and a compressed natural gas fueling station. The project has also helped Wake County expand its transit plan and achieve its goal for transit service to be within walking distance of 85% of job opportunities. And now for our winner in the urban category.
One of the great things about the Craven Street project is that it's the implementation of the community's vision that it's held for about 20 years. This area historically has served for all kinds of industry that was popular maybe 100 years ago, and we had roads to prove it. So none of the roads cared about people walking around, visiting their neighbors.
You know, I don't think I've ever used the word thoughtful more in my life than this project here in Asheville, and I think that the road is just another addition to that.
So when we looked at transforming this road, we made sure that we paid attention to the landscaping and used a green infrastructure approach.
We wanted to affect really a radius all around New Belgium that was going to create a safe zone for people to get to and from. And of course we wanted to offer that for our customers and our neighbors. And
this is an area where people aren't just coming through, it's an area where people are coming as a destination.
And I think the neighborhood really appreciates the fact that this whole project really turned into a park, and a lot of them treat it that way.
So as you go along the street, you're going to find all native plants and trees, and you're going to find evidence of the history and culture that's been here for over 100 years.
All users can enjoy and get around through transportation through a collaborative effort.
Because we have been trying to work with partners in our community, whether it's the MPO and NCDOT and our private businesses like New Belgium, but also our community at large, to really create a world that they want to live in. And having a Mobi Award nomination is a little bit of a proof point for us that shows that we're making progress to creating the types of transportation alternatives in Asheville that people think we're already known for.
This was a very highly regarded project by our judges. Well done. Next, I'll announce the winners of the tourism category. The judges selected 2 honorable mentions and a first place winner. Our first honorable mention in tourism is the City of Conover for the First Avenue area bicycle and pedestrian improvements. These improvements included restriping the road, installing a pedestrian refuge with clearer crossings, building bulb outs for on-street parking spaces, and adding bike lanes. This project promoted safe travel and improved the appearance of Conover and supported the city's ongoing revitalization efforts. Congrats, Conover. Our second honorable mention in the tourism category is Isothermal Rural Planning Organization for the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. The Thermal Belt Rail Trail is a greenway on a former railroad track, connecting communities across 14 miles in Rutherford County. The trail has already been a boon to the local economy, drawing people to exercise, shop, and eat at local restaurants. Way to go. And the first place winner in the tourism category
The airport opened in 1971. It's seen the ravages of time and multiple hurricanes, and it was starting to become an eyesore in the community in some respect.
We were able to go forward and build this building, which I think is a gateway for anyone who comes into Onslow County. They get to see a good impression walking in. They get to see a good last impression as they're leaving.
We replaced the passenger terminal building, the general aviation or executive terminal, several hangars, and the air traffic control tower, and replaced them with new modern facilities that serve our public and are a better source of pride in the community.
We've seen an increase in the use by executive flights and business leaders throughout the country. We also have seen a lot increase in tourism.
The Albert J. Ellis Airport today has an economic impact of $474 million a year and creates over 2,700 jobs. And that impact has grown significantly as a part of this redevelopment program. The airport's also creating the opportunity for growth in the future. So adding the air traffic control tower opens the doors to many new airlines and to new commercial visitors to the airport, as well as corporate visitors to the airport. They wouldn't have used the airport otherwise.
I think that you can only feel pride in it. I think it should be a big source of community pride. Of course, this is not the board's airport, this is not the commissioner's airport, this is the public's airport. And it was constructed solely for use by the public.
It not only does wonderful things for the community, but it's also helpful to see that the broader community sees that what we're doing is of value and of significant importance.
Congrats to Onslow County for this wonderful aviation project. The next category of winners is in our innovation category. Here again, judges selected 2 really great honorable mentions and a dynamic first place winner. All entrants were eligible to compete in the innovation category. The idea was to honor and promote an innovative approach to project planning, partnerships, funding, or other aspects of the project. So congratulations once again to Onslow County for the Albert J. Ellis Redevelopment Project. You earned an honorable mention in the innovation category. As we saw in your video, your innovation ranged from funding to bidding to construction and design. Great job. Judges in innovation were also again impressed with the French Broad MPO for the Craven Street transportation improvements. You earned an honorable mention for your innovative stormwater management techniques. Congrats. And congratulations to our first place innovation winner.
Cleveland County over the past several years has been ranked like 82nd out of 100 counties as far as a healthy community. The county government and a local neighborhood wanted to get together and try to change that. The west side of Shelby, the folks that lived over there had a hard time getting to medical appointments, doctors, hospital, pharmacy, and get access to healthy foods. The REACH project was part of a neighborhood group of a partnership for community prosperity. So the group decided they needed transportation. So we looked at what stops we could set up within Shelby to get folks where they needed to be. And it's free to the public. The funding for the project was through the Cleveland County Commissioners, Partners Behavioral Health, Healthcare Foundation, and of course us at TAC. And it was slow to start with. Folks didn't know how to get on. There was more education in the community, so we went out there, hit the streets again, told them what was going on, and the folks started pit riding in it. We're up to about 21 passengers per day, which is way beyond what we expected. One of the best things we did is we worked with the school system to do an art project, and we had students submit pictures that we could put on the vehicle. So there were over 60 entries, and we had a panel of judges that picked the top 8 pictures, and we put those on the vehicle, and now the students and the folks in the community can really feel that's part of their community, and they can see the pictures as the van rides around town. We had several passengers come to me. I would see them at the farmer's market or somewhere in town, and they were just so thankful for what we did. And this is part of the larger community group, so we're wanting to see if there's ways that other communities could duplicate what we're doing. Yeah, the community really got into it, and with it being the neighborhood that we started in, we're looking at some other neighborhoods, but it's one of the greatest projects I've done, and I've been in this business for about 10 years now and done several other projects in the community, but it's really made a difference in that neighborhood and the things that they can get done and the places they can get to.
Way to go, Cleveland County. Wonderful job. And now our final category, our newest category, our most voted category. For this category, we placed all of our entries online and allowed the public to vote on what they thought was the best project. This was a very close vote, and we had a lot of wonderful projects from which to choose. We are thrilled to announce that some of our projects collected over 10,000 votes, making it a very close race. We are also thrilled to see that our communities showed so much involvement in marketing the voting aspect and appreciation for their favorite multimodal projects. Taking an honorable mention is the isothermal RPO for the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. They garnered almost 11,500 votes. And now our first place winner, having received a whopping 14,515 votes, is Surf City for the Surf City Topsail Island Bridge Connector.
If we go back to when the island was turned back over to the citizens, at that time we had a flotation bridge, pontoon bridge, and that was our access to the island until 1955. And at that time they opened up the new swing bridge. So that was a great improvement. We thought it was the best thing in the world. Of course, it had to turn at least most time every hour to allow boat traffic through. And it finally got to where a lot of times on holidays and weekends, it was backing up traffic 5 miles.
2019, the bridge connector had opened, connecting mainland Surf City to Topsail Island.
Now, when this bridge came in, it drastically increased the growth of the mainland because of the back and forth traffic. And when you look at this bridge, you'll realize that it's the only bridge on North Carolina coast that has the pedestrian walkway on the side of it.
We've seen reduced response times and fire and EMS services and police dispatch. So the primary objectives in serving that sort of mobility was really #1 for the town.
The community is well pleased. Now, we had a lot of people fussing when we first did it because they did not want to get rid of that old swing bridge.
Just as the old swing bridge became a real focal point of the community, the new connector is really, we don't want to say taking its place because it'll always be part of our history, but has really become a focal point of our community. It takes a team to accomplish something like this, and is extremely gratifying, and we're certainly humbled.
The Surf City Topsail Bridge Connector has been just wonderful for the community and all the people who visit this area from all over the country. Congratulations. And that completes our presentation of the 2020 Mobi Award winners and honorable mentions. Now I would like to introduce our chairman of the State Board of Transportation, Mike Fox. Chairman Fox has served on the board since March 2017. He serves as the board's chair and represents the Greensboro area's Highway Division. He was gracious enough to provide closing remarks for today's ceremony. Welcome, Chairman Fox.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Fox, and I hope you've enjoyed today's program. We've had a tremendous amount of transportation projects this year that made our judges' effort much more difficult. As chairman of the State Board of Transportation, I have traveled across the state and seen firsthand how communities value and invest in multimodal transportation projects. Our cities and counties and state know that every mode of transportation assists in meeting the demands of one of the nation's fastest growing states. Just look at the entries in the 2020 Mobi Awards and you can tell North Carolina communities get it. Winners this year included bridges that enable pedestrians and bicyclists to travel safely between communities, a connection of greenways that make it easier and far more efficient for people to move around in their community, an airport terminal that has lured new business opportunities by adding a hangar, rental car facilities, and taxiways. And these are just a few of the exciting multimodal winners. We've had more than 6 projects entered from across the state. A successful 21st century economy requires that we embrace a wide range of transportation choices: trains, airplanes, ferries, bicycles, pedestrians, and other non-motorized modes, as well as cars and trucks. All are important for our future. I hope today's event will do more than just provide recognition for many deserving communities. I hope that many of you who tuned in today will be encouraged by what you saw and heard, and that today's presentation will serve as an inspiration for you to advance your own multimodal projects. Who knows, maybe you could be a winner in a future Mobi Awards competition. This event should be just the kind of incentive that other communities need to embark on ambitious, creative, and transformative transportation initiatives. We know that we will see many new and innovative transportation projects in the future. I'd like to thank all of the communities that entered today's Mobi Awards competition, and once again, congratulations. And a big thank you to our partners who helped make the second Mobi Awards a success. Thanks to the staff at NCDOT's Information Technology and Communications offices for making this transition from in-person to a virtual event possible. The key to any good transportation project is having good partners working together toward a common goal. And this year's Mobi Awards are a great example of that. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you soon.